I don't really have an intro planned this time. I've just seen a few people make a Viking build, and I kind of wanted to throw my hat in the ring. I have a Cold Crescent Moon Axe plus 25, and with that one handed, it gives me 797 AR. I've tried it with Heavy Infusion, Bleed Infusion, Poison quality. This is just the most AR I've seen, I think. But I could be wrong. I don't really care. I'm over leveled. I'm going to cut my levels to 10 more so I can get 80 faith, so I get the max out of that claw mark seal, and then I'm done leveling up. Okay, so anyway, we have the dry leaf arts with endure, just for more poise because I have 33 of it. The seal I just mentioned. The leather crown and the gloried attire are kind of the preferred clothings I picked. If you want to do your own thing, like say the Highland attire, or the Champion's Pauldron, or the Iron Rivet set. This isn't really a Viking now that I'm looking at it. Or like chainmail armor, or hell, maybe even like the Mesmer Soldier armor. These are all very valid options. But if anything, I think the Caden set also just kind of works the best for like base game armor or other armors, I guess. The let me put my shit back on real quick. The leather crown is cool because it actually looks like a fucking basic round helmet. You could go for like the common soldier helm. The champion headband, once again, is just more barbarian in my opinion. You could go with the fang helm, but again, with what I just said about barbarians, Pelt of Relva wouldn't really do much except make you look cool. You could go with the chain thing, like I said before, but once again, when it comes to just the Northman build and the Northman themes, the Caden shit is just the best. And I don't know why, but this is more for like a Jarl than like a random Berserker. I mean, if you also notice that my dude is basically Horalu, you could just put the Elden Lord crown on him and just... God damn, it looks sick. For talismans, we got the Roar Medallion, the Two-Handed Sword, the Erd Tree Favor +2, and the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman. Once again, I got my flask at 10-4, and my physic doesn't really change. I got some rock pots to abuse my 99 strength with. I mean, if you wanted to go for like meta level builds for like 200, just like put 60 health, 80 strength, and then find sweet spots for, you know, your fucking stat pools to sweeten that deal up. There are some other weapons you can use, like, I don't know, the Great Axe, or hell, the Long Haft Axe might be pushing it. I would avoid stuff like the Rusted Anchor, or the Omen Killer Cleaver, or like these things. Like, these things are just gross. Maybe Godric's Axe works. Maybe it works. This one could be cool if you wanted to go, once again, more fantasy themed. This would be more for like casting debuffs than a weapon, but then again, it is still an axe. So, you know, there's that. This is, I suppose, a one-handed setup if you wanted to go for that. And then if that's the case, the Highland Axe is obviously your best bet. And then in terms of shields, you've got a few options. You could go with this round shield. You could go with the large leather shield. You could go with the black leather shield. You could just say screw it and do the Mesmer Soldier shield. If you want to be more fantasy again, you know, like Golden Lion shield could work. You know, any of these tower shields. I would maybe avoid a lot of the tower shields. Maybe this one would work, but again, I don't really know. I would just say avoid the larger shields. So, you know, like, this shit would work. I just chose this weapon because the stats aren't really hard to get. And, you can easily farm for it at Stormvale. Not to mention, all those C-scalings are pretty freaking good. So, you know, there's that. It only also weighs like 12.5 units. So that's pretty good, all things considered. If I do all my buffs in a certain order, we also get almost 1150 AR with my current stats, at least. That is my Viking character. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, night, evening, etc.